Now, this is Cha-Cha. He is an East African crane from the Kansas City Zoo. Sean, why do you keep bringing birds on the show? You know I don't like birds, man.
You know, he just had his breakfast during the bump shot, so now he's going to explore your studio.
Oh, well, wonderful.
And he's not interested in me with the grain any longer, so he's looking around. We're
still getting some video of him, so that's cool, but he was born at the zoo. What does that do for like an animal like Cha-Cha that, you know, and obviously some animals that you guys were, you know, born in the wild and brought to captivity, but Cha-Cha obviously raised in captivity. How does that affect him growing up in development? Obviously his behavior is not, you know.
He actually was, the first shots that were ever taken of him on camera were by you guys.
Yeah.
So you've seen him grow up from just after hatching to the point where he's at now. He's in our bird show. When a bird is, or any animal is exclusively raised by humans, they do have that imprint. It's very similar to pets that you might have at home. So he is very associated with all of our keepers. Our keeper staff have to do a lot of work with him on a daily basis just to make sure that he is getting his enrichment for the day.
Gotcha. And to clarify, I do like birds from a distance. For some reason, I was around chickens a couple times as a kid, and they like rustle their wings and feathers, and it freaks me out a little bit.
Well, he can be somewhat intimidating, especially right before we got on. He spread his wings. They're about 6 feet long.
Yeah. And now, talk a little bit about that when they're doing their. We call it a dance, but I mean, he spreads them really wide.
They have a little mating ritual where the male and the female will jump a little bit up in the air. They'll spread their wings. They'll do a little, you know, head bob, and that's just very similar to us going out dancing with our spouse.
Exactly how I met my wife.
That's right.
Yeah. So you guys got great events going on, not just this weekend, but through the winter months here at the zoo. Talk a little bit about what's coming up on February the 9th.
So usually throughout the year, we want everybody to bring their families out to the zoo and have a good time. February 9th is our adults only night. So if you haven't been to Kiss and Tail yet, it's a lot of fun. We have actors from the living room that come out and they imitate some of the more interesting animal attractions that are out there. So animal dating at its best.
Will Cha-Cha be doing his mating dance?
We won't have animals out that night, but there will be a lot of food beforehand. We'll have a band beforehand, and then the actors from the living room really go at it. And it's about 45 minutes or so of like I said, your famous romantic interludes from some animals out there. And they change it up a little bit every year. So if you've been to it before, it'll change a little bit this year.
Oh, something new for you this year. And then, of course, everybody loves the penguins. And talk about the Hellsberg Penguin Plaza. What happens at 11 o'clock on the weekends?
We have our Penguin March. So this time of year, it's a little bit colder, as we all know. So that allows our cold weather penguins, our kings and our gentoos, to go for a little roundabout around the building.
Cool.
So they take a couple laps each Saturday at 11. If you haven't seen it yet, it's pretty fun. Getting even up closer than what you normally would to the little waddling guys.
See, I think I'd be okay with that kind of bird. It's just, you know, Cha-Cha, from a distance, he looks fantastic. When he gets close, and I think he looks at me like that.
You know, he looks really big and intimidating, but he's really only 7 pounds.
That's all he weighs? He only weighs 7 pounds?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. You know, birds have to be light in order to fly.
Sure.
Right.
And another interesting thing I was reading about them is they're one of the only crane species that nests in trees?
Right. So again, you have such a big bird. There's not a lot of trees that are going to support such a big bird, and he's ready to go home.
Yeah, he's apparently ready to go home. He's in the crate, and that beats last time when we had the cat here. They wouldn't leave right here. So.
Right.
Well, Sean, we appreciate you and bringing Cha-Cha over here. And Cha-Cha, you just stay in there. Okay, he's going to come back out and party some more. Sean, thank you very much.